Hello, and welcome back to another episode of LineWriter Tutorials. Today we shall be covering basic Kramuals. So that will include showing how to get Bosch into this position, how to exit it, how to get Kramul airtime, and also how to bring Bosch to a stop whilst in Kramul airtime, or in the Kramul position. So, I will briefly explain, since people often ask, how does this position work? How does he stay in this position? Well, what kind of happens is, it's probably easier to explain if I bring up the contact points, but these nodes act as Bosch's skeleton, and what kind of happens is, with enough speed and a line that has to be X or Y most of the time, with enough speed, all these contact points get compacted into a single line, which causes some kind of math error with the LineWriter physics or LineWriter code or whatever, and for whatever position, he becomes locked in this state. So, while we have him here, the first thing I might as well show you is how to exit the state. So what you're going to want to do is target this little point here, which is the shoulder peg. This is because this is the easiest way to pull him out of this position. So grab yourself a blue line, make it small. Oh, that was too small. Yes. And an easier way to visualize this, let's turn on hit test. So, move your little line across until it affects them, and there you go, easy as pie. It will come up. Now generally, there's like a sweet spot, like if the line's a little higher, it tends to work a little bit more easily than if it's lower. But you know, there's places here where it can work just as well, which can be easy, which can be, you know, advantageous if you're trying to, see like this, if you're trying to hide a line within a line, you can get them out very easily, and when you play it you can't even see that there's even a line there. So that's how you get them out. I should also add that sometimes what can happen is, if I go back a few iterations, as you see these contact points start to rise, what can happen is that this little point here on the outside will do this. It'll sometimes flick up into a tail fakie, which is not survivable. So if that does happen, all you have to do is grab this other tail point and keep this one, above that one, and then it will live. So now let's show you how to actually get into the Kramul. So let's just go back up to here. I should also add that generally you don't want too low of a speed to put him into the Kramul position, because then normally what will happen is he'll just kind of bounce off the line, like if I do one here. See, it just kind of compacts. It's not enough force. So generally, like, you want a bit of speed. I mean, I'll just use 20 for demonstration purposes here. So sometimes you can just get a Kramul just by doing that and that, but quite often you're going to have to wriggle around to make it survive. So in this case, that makes him survive this frame, but if we go to the next, he is not happy, as you can see, with all these orange ones. So we're going to bring that line up a bit, and that seems to have done the trick. Now he lives. So let's show you how to make Kramul airtime. So again, you want to grab your lines. You're going to want a little bit more speed, enough speed so that Bosch will kind of drift between these lines. He'll be slowed and he'll be put into the Kramul position, but he'll go to the next frame. I mean, he will be dead. Don't worry about that. Death is not really that much of an issue with iterations. So all you need to do is grab the line, pull it up a bit so he's in position, and you can see this line here has been kind of has grabbed all of the contact points except this one. This is why, I guess I didn't really show this before, but this is why you'll often need more than one line. So this one just essentially grabs that contact point and makes sure they're all in a line. So then we go to the next frame, and there you go, it's stabilized in the position. So now let's show you how to stop this at will. So what you're going to want to do, grab some speed, just get a line pulling him up, but not so much that he dies, and then you kind of rinse and repeat. Rinse and repeat. And what you can do is just go a frame ahead, and then you can just see what the minimal amount of lines is that you actually need. So there we go. Does that live? Yep. There you go. Perfect. And that will conclude this episode of LineWriter Tutorials. If that helped you in any way, please leave a comment or a like below. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. There's a lot of stuff you can do with Kramuals, and they will all be covered in future tutorials, so stay tuned. Alright, thanks. Bye-bye.